怀孕了。杨姐，你在干嘛呢？
怎么了，太太？
你过来一下，我有个事情跟你说。你这个月份7、8个月了吧，快生了吧？这样我通知你个事情，明天呢，你不用来上班了。
为什么呀，太太？我都伺候你10几年了，是我哪里做的不好吗？
其实你挺好的。这10几年
She's looking at the script on the side.
现在孩子也要生了，哎，你也知道我这个房子已经卖出去了，所以的话以后也没有工作给你做了呀。这样子，我给你拿点钱哦，你来香港。
So just for some context, in case you guys didn't see the translation well, this lady just came back from France. She's a rich lady. Obviously, she's got a suitcase full of cash because totally every rich person clearly has suitcases full of cash. She's got this nice passenger van. She's got a beautiful house with this gate here. It's always outside of the gate. It's never there in the house for these ones, you know, because sometimes you can't get inside the mansion. But the point is her maid for like more than a decade got pregnant. She's due in a few months and she's gonna move permanently. So the rich lady is moving from Macau permanently to France. Again, I don't know what the obsession with France is. But she's giving her the entire house, the mansion, by the way, and the passenger van. It's like, oh, dude, that's crazy, man.
一个家。
太多了，太太。
没事，然后的话你也知道我很少会回来了，就是现在这边的话我也不打算打理了，这个车呢我也不打算卖。你看一下，还能够值个1、20万。
Suitcase full of cash is a common theme in French culture in the culture war. Yeah, dude, Chinese crime rate is so low. I just casually carried it around. So this is one, right? And then there's this is second one. She also just steps out of the same car.
哎，杨姐，你在干嘛呀？
怎么了，太太？
It's the exact same woman too, like both actresses.
是的，太太。
这2胎了，你看一块生。
But this one, they're filmed at different places. Sorry, different times, but the same place, right? So the last one, remember, she was about 7 to 8 months pregnant, so she's due. And then this one, I guess, is more recent because she is about to be the baby's about to be born. So somehow the agreement that she had already told this lady has expired, or she needs to be repeated again because she just came back from outside of China, maybe France, who knows? But you know, it's the same van because I thought they had given everything to that maid. So how come she still owns it?
是的。然后我这边的房子呢，我准备拿给你去住。哎，王叔，你过来一下。
We got the suitcase full of cash.
这个呢是这边的别墅啊，这个房本，因为我们一家人的话准备去那个五台山去进修了，所以后面呢。
Now she's the Buddhist. She's gonna go into the temple and become a nun.
谢谢太太。
你就不用再去买了嘛。你看孩子已经有8个月了。 给孩子一个家，好吧？来了香港、澳门这边10几年啊。
I can't go out with my suitcase full of cash. So these are called the nanny scams or the male nanny scams. Essentially, they have these paid actors or they're part of the scam organization. Usually, it's based somewhere in southern China, but they all say pretty much the same thing. Such as one of the stories that they make up is that they just came back from France. I don't know what it is about France that makes them feel like they need to include that detail in every one of these videos. Again, it's a scam, right? But I guess it's to paint this idea that look, I'm from a foreign country. What I say matters. And then it talks about something like I hired this young 19-year-old or whatever 18-year-old male nanny, and it cost me 10 to 15,000 yuan per month, 2 to 3,000 USD a month. Something like that. Like 2,500, let's say, USD a month, something like that. And so you're thinking, wow, like if I'm an 18-year-old Chinese guy and there's no jobs for me right now, maybe I'll go become a male nanny and then I can make that much money. Because 15,000 yuan a month is a very good income in China. That's what usually a software engineer or a programmer or a decent white-collar job in China would pay you. So for the fact that you can go become a nanny at 18-year-old, for this rich lady here, like that's a really good job. But little do they know and a lot of times these are live-in nannies, right? So you literally live in their mega rich big mansion. Because you see in the background of some of these, they all show you the fact that or at least you will see that, or they want you to believe that this is a rich lady. This is somebody who needs, you know, that kind of service, like a nanny. Why is it not female nannies? Well, I don't know. Maybe they're targeting the guys. But if these are the scam networks out of Southeast Asia, like in Cambodia or Burma, then if they ask you to move, they might take you to those countries and you literally become a scam, like a slave there in one of their scam compounds. So it's pretty dangerous. But the story just goes how some of these, they also want female ones, but it's not as popular. The male ones are pretty popular. But the narrative is always the same, right? They want to hire a male nanny, or they did hire a male nanny. And then just to, like, some of them is flexing the fact that they're rich. Others is just that they want to scam or they want to sell you something.
花了2万块钱从杭州请了一个00后男保姆，他马上就快到了，我已经叫司机小陈去接他了。我们家有600多匹。自从小李被调去公司之后，这几天露西的表现大家都看在眼里，所以啊，我又招了一个保姆。
So she spent 20K, which is like about $3,000 a month.
哎，你好。
哎，你好，帅哥，请问你是找谁呀？
哦，那个我是来面试咱们。
It's a whole like professionally made short story that they did.
饭碗的吗？不好意思啊，我们家不需要保姆，已经找到了啊。
哎，等一等，这也没错呀。
This is the original video is 10 minutes long, but this is where they like make up the scenario. They're like, you're 18 years old,
你跟我来。
and then they always show this. Okay, so look at this.
好，那老板，那我先过去。
So this 18-year-old can cook some really good-looking food. They're part of the scam network, I think. Like, look, he's cooking restaurant-level Chinese food. Like, what the heck, man? You're telling me an 18-year-old is cooking this? Like, look at that. What the heck? Like if you're really hiring a maid who films this stuff. And it's like they presented each plate.
雇了一个00后的退伍男保姆，大家都说他很不错，我自己呢也是觉得捡到了宝。这不，他说他堂哥想来看看他的工作环境，我说这当然没问题。
What's up, scam catcher? I shall say 你好。
留点私人空间。我随口说的话，每一字每一句你都记得清清楚楚。
Oscar winning word. Oscar winning, yes.
这才叫出息，而不是装什么房主。
可是。
And it's like the fake crying.
他们要是觉得我是当保姆的，会觉得我没本事。
真的，把眼泪擦干啊！当保姆不是什么不好的职业，他也是凭自己。
Dude, it's like they make the story about how being a male live-in nanny isn't a bad job, which is their goal, right? They're saying, look, dude, I can pay you such a great wage for being a live-in male nanny. It's like you don't like all these young guys out there. You don't need to do other stuff. You can just be a nanny.
已经到门口了，我们一起去接一下他。
But you notice how they always start with this. They're like, sisters, we just hired a nanny for blah, 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 blah amount. And he's arriving at the door already. Conveniently, every single time he's at the door, let's go see for his, to greet him at the door.
今天天气好热，我们赶紧去接一下他。
And the subtle flex, they're always in a
大爷，你找
mansion.
谁啊？
姑娘，我问一下，这是李太太家吗？
对，我是李太太。
They're like, is this the house of Miss Lee? And then she's like, yes, I'm Miss Lee.
您就是李太太。
Oh, you are Miss Lee.
哎呀，你好，你好，你好。
你好，你好，您是？
我是来应聘保姆的。
哦，您来应聘保姆的。
对对对。
来，先请进，先请进。
好好。
我给你提一下吧。
不用了，我自己。
来，我帮你提一下。
好。
来，大爷。
好。
我带你去看一下您的房间。
She accidentally looked at the camera. Did you catch that? Wait.
去看一下您的。
She's like looking directly at the camera here.
房间，您的房间是住在4楼，我带你去看一下。
我房间在4楼。
4楼是不是有？
So this is such a great one. Not only are you hiring young boys, you're also hiring old men. So they don't discriminate. That means, all these guys watching, no matter what age you are in China, you're flipping through your Douyin, your TikTok, and then you see that, wow, not only are there nanny jobs for the young guys, there's also nanny jobs for the old men too. When are they gonna fall in love? Are they gonna fall in love? No. Is this what she was expecting? I'm pretty sure she was expecting somebody better suited.
可以吗？
没事，
你上去一定要慢点哈，慢点。
It's like, did you hire a nanny or an old grandpa?
你看，这是
This
您
is
住一个
cheap
房间。
哦。
他这一共是有2个房间的，
So, dude,
里
look.
面一个，外面一个。
She gets the nanny to live in a 2-bedroom 4th floor unit inside her giant mansion. How rich is she? Right? They're like, wow, I'm so fascinated by this.
被单呢全部
住了一辈子的别墅啊，就送给我们家保姆了。很多人问我这样子值得吗？其实我觉得还好吧，因为马上我就要去法国那边生活了。我们家保姆啊跟了我13年，我非常信任她。你们看一下，她帮我把我这。
So basically, this lady does the same thing. She's about to leave the country. She's going to France. She's going to give everything to her maid, who she's had for 13 years, because the maid does such a good job that she's giving up her mansion and everything that she owns to this maid, okay? Because she's going to France, Once you go to France, you abandon all of your existing material possession. But then the point is here, this is what they really want you to do. So she's like, I've got a bunch of like inventories of great stuff, good quality stuff from China that I need to get rid of for a low price.
说啊，要不然就把澳门店铺那些东西啊，就拿出去捐掉算了。 因为都是一些品牌货嘛，都是真正非常好的一些东西，全是全新的。然后有一部分姐就说啊，她说捐出去的话，也不知道能不能真的到那些有需要人的手上去。她说实在不行，就让我开场直播，放在直播间里面，给那些真正需要的人，给人们当礼物分掉算了。
So basically, she's like, oh, someone told me that if I donate all this stuff, maybe it won't go to the right people. But if I do a live stream and I open these gifting options up on live streams, then the right people could get it for really cheap or whatnot. Or maybe I'll just sell these to you at a fraction of the real retail price. So the point is, they want you to just buy these things based on her sob story or her made up story. So that's the lady, right? Always leaving.
马上就要离开澳门了。这次去法国呀，
She's going to France again.
不知道是什么时候了。可在我离开之前啊，我家保姆呢跟我提了个小要求，她说能不能一次性呢把她3年工资给发了。然后呢，我想一想啊，也就同意了。现在钱啊已经打她卡上了。
Again, she's like, oh, my maid asked me to give her 3 years worth of salary in advance because I won't be back because, I'm going to France. Why France? Well, it's because France is like the bougiest place as a Chinese person you can go to, going to the US is not as cool as going to France, because that's the cultural capital of Europe. But then she goes on to say that, look, I've got a bunch of stuff in the warehouse in Macau. What am I going to do with it?
对，仓库里面的那些什么包包、衣服、手表啊，去年的款式的一些鞋子呀，还有一些包包，有一些是孤品啊，1个2个的。就如果说你们不嫌弃的话呢，你就点进来挑一挑。好。
She's like, oh, if you don't mind last year's styles, I got a plenty good inventory full of it. You can come in and select your size or whatnot. You can get it really cheap. So it's again getting you to buy those things. Same lady.
姐妹们，马上就要离开澳门了。
She's leaving Macau. She's always leaving Macau.
下次回来也不知道是什么时候了。然后呢，我们家保姆啊说，在我离开之前，跟我提了一个要求，说我能不能一次性把工资给他发了。我也就同意了。然后呢，300万已经打他的卡上去了。这边呢是我们家的一个休闲娱乐区，那边是我们平时打麻将啊，包括我儿子打游戏的地方。我说呢，就拜托他呀，帮我把这个地方帮我打理。但是澳门这边之前对
She again talks about all those luxury items that she has.
手表什么的，尤其是衣服啊，有一些断丝断码了，去年的款，还有一些包包啊，有些是孤品，1个2个的。你们是不嫌弃那个盒子被压坏了啊，断丝断码的，有点微微的落灰了，你就拿去穿吧。
It's like, come get all your free stuff. Do you think they're shot in all on the same day? Probably. It's very likely that they are. She's left France and also had to sell stuff. Actual rich people don't dare to live stream or even sell something. Dude, the same people, they're like, oh yeah, I just came back from France, or I'm going to France, or whatever the case may be. But it's always the same scenario about going to France. The videos, I downloaded them from Douyin. So if you go on Douyin, you can find a lot of these. Is there any more? Let me see. Oh yeah, there's this lady.
1个亿买的别墅，我不要了。有钱就真的会幸福吗？很多姐妹问我发生了什么，好多事呢来不及了，包括后面那几栋呢，我也不要了。我深圳、澳门10几家奢品店呢，以后不会再直播了。那些羊毛大衣、爱马的鞋子、真皮的包包，你们去挑一挑，选一选吧。
Basically, she's like, look, I got this great mansion in the background. I don't want it anymore. I bought it for 100 million yuan. I don't want it anymore. We're just gonna clear out all the inventories in our stock room, and you come and pick and choose whatever you want because I'm leaving. So I don't know how they like get people with this, but apparently it's effective, I guess. Same lady here. She's also leaving again. Like they're all constantly leaving for some reason.
我要离开了，这个
She's like, I'm leaving this golden dragon boat behind me to my maid.
价值3个小目标、710公斤的金龙船，准备送给我们家保姆了。听说他过段时间。
They all have a southern accent. They're probably all from like Guangxi, which is an area closer to like Burma. And the southern areas, there's a lot of scam groups out of there. So like none of them ever sound actually northern or sound rich at all, based on the accent.